Another episode, cooking together for fun. Yeah. All right, so we are doing from the recipe manual on page 64. We're doing the turkey and kale stew. This is a super simple, quick one. We're gonna cut up onions. I'm doubling my recipe, so it calls for 1 onion. I'm doing 2. Cut up the onions, garlic. I always use my cheat for the already diced garlic. Just quicker. And then we're putting in 2 pounds of turkey. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Alright, it's time to add in the meat. We let the onions simmer for about 5 minutes or so to get them nice and translucent, stirring every once in a while so they don't burn on the bottom. And now we're going to add in our 2 pounds of ground turkey. We'll break that up into really small pieces and get that nice and brown before we add in some of the wet ingredients. Alright, so the meat is all browned up. We got that all in there. We chopped it up into chunks. Got it nice and browned in there. Now we're going to add in some other wet ingredients. We're going to put in the diced tomatoes. We had water that was 2 cups that were warmed up because we're doubling our recipe. We're doing 2 cups. And then the thyme, salt, pepper, bay leaves. We're going to stir all that in here with our meat, onions, and garlic. Okay, so last step after letting it simmer for 20 minutes is we're gonna turn the heat off, and we're gonna add in our lemon juice, our olives, our kale. We'll stir it, and we'll let it sit for a few minutes to let the kale wilt. And then the basil, I'm going to use basil. You could use basil and parsley, basil or parsley. I'm going to use basil also in there and let that wilt and let it sit. Kind of all the flavors congeal together for about 10 minutes with no heat, and then it'll be ready to go.
Squeeze the lemon in.
Lemon in. Got lemon, olives. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn the heat off. Turn the heat off. Kale. Kale's in there. I put a lot. I probably put more than the recipe called for. I don't think you can go too heavy with kale. Then I'm gonna stir it in there. Amazing. I'm gonna take a quick picture of this and show it to you. Dump in our basil. Da-da-da. Basil. Just pull it off the stem. I love basil. Amazing. We'll put that there.
Now we're gonna stir it.
Stir it up a little bit. just gotta let it sit for 10 minutes, covered, no heat. So heat's off, and I'm just letting it sit so all those flavors can come together. And in 10 minutes, that'll be ready to go. All right, guys, another episode of cooking together for fun.